Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and again, sometimes I just find myself scratching my head saying, why did I buy these reels? Well, these reels came on a search from Facebook Marketplace. They were advertised as 11 reels that are broken, in need of repair. Kind of what I do. And they were relatively inexpensive, so I thought, you know what? Let's go take a look at them, and if the price is right, $3 a reel, whatever, let's see what we can do. So that's what you're looking at here, a bunch of reels that I bought. So let's talk a little bit about the whys that I buy them. So the first up is an Ocean City reel. I'm not quite sure which one this is. It's a little wider carriage than most, but this one's trash. The only thing I could hope for in this one is maybe using the handle. Maybe some of the internal pieces, maybe the spool, we'll see. But you can tell we have a cracked side plate. This little burring is always interesting and hard to get, so maybe there's some use to that. Maybe a few frame parts. I have a box of Ocean Cities that kind of look just like this. I certainly wasn't making the purchase for this reel, but there's some usable pieces and parts. When you go to look at parts reels, or any reels in particular, you want to make an evaluation. What do you want to do with the reel? And then if it's a donor reel, for example, and you need a handle, that's a perfect answer. If you need the side plate screws, good choice. Maybe even if you need a bar or something, maybe you want to improve the cosmetics of it. These bars are in pretty good condition, with the exception of this one that took the damage from the broken side plate. Do you need a spool? Those kinds of things. So do your evaluation based on, well, do I have a need for this, or is it just a waste of money that's going to sit in in a bin by the side that we'll never find a use for, right? But these came as a lot, so there wasn't that much that needed to be done. This one I just thought, perfect parts reel, donor reel. And we have a Penn 9. I think it's the 9, yeah. These are very desirable reels today. They're nice, lightweight reels. This one seems to be working fine. What is it missing? It's missing the line guide assembly and the shield. Well, those aren't that expensive to get. And since they're desirable, and this one's in good condition, you can see the chrome pieces and the like well, they're acceptable. They're not going to win a beauty show, but that's going to keep the reel fishing. And everything seems to be moving the way it should. So I will take the side plate off on this before I go ordering parts. I want to make sure that the idler gear is not broken. When you see the line guide removed, generally it says something broke in the line guide, and it's usually that idler gear. And then somebody simply removed the line guide to keep it fishing, even though it wouldn't be having that line winding feature to it. So we want to take that side plate off before we go ordering parts. Again, the parts are not that expensive. I think the parts total might be around $12, and you'll have a reel that's in relatively good condition and able to fish. Here's one from back in the day. This is an Abu Ambassador. Those of you that may or may not recognize it, it is the Mag Plus XT Ambassador. And, well, it seems to run and then it doesn't seem to run. And I'm noticing here as I'm looking at that, the bridge shaft comes in and out. Why does it come in and out? It's missing that little C-clip that goes on the post. So almost all of those Ambassador reels have that feature where you have a C-clip here that holds everything tight. This one's missing that. I'm hoping that maybe that's the answer, because when I push the bridge in, well, that's working fine. I did notice, and you should test, even if you're just buying them for parts, I did test that the line release, well, that's not working, so there's something going on inside there, and we'll try and give it a run. So I'm a little bit different than the average person who's going to buy a bunch of reels to try and restore, because I have a YouTube channel and I can do things like why did this reel fail videos, and well, there you go, it's the subject of a video. And this is an example of that. I have no idea who this manufacturer is. Matsuo, something like that. I can't even turn the spool to find out. It's a rather inexpensive reel, and it certainly is failed. You can't turn the gears at all on that. I would guess, if I had a first guess to it, it's made with steel parts, not stainless steel parts. The steel parts probably rusted, And well, there you go. But we'll make a video on why did this reel fail. We'll give you kind of a heads up on that. Kind of the same thing here. Here's another one of these. This is a Shakespeare. We already see why this one failed. This one failed because we have a broken rotor. That's just, well, it's just cheap plastic that these were made with. That's not graphite or anything. That's likely that somebody just had this, it hit something, shattered it, and well, there you go. Well, the only thing that's probably salvageable on this is the handle, and I actually have a Shakespeare reel missing a handle, so maybe that'll go. And sometimes you just well, you put things aside for another day. I've been looking for a button for a Browning reel probably for the better part of 2 or 3 years now. Browning, of course, is out of business. It's about that size, and hey, it might be my lucky day. Maybe that's the button that will work on that one. Here's one that went into my, okay, I can recover my funds from it. Here's a Shimano FX200. They're not very expensive reels, but I have a spool for this, and that appears to be the only thing that's wrong with this reel is that it's missing the spool. So quick and easy fix there. Not so quick and easy fix is the Abu 763 Cardinal. These are nice reels. We've got a snap off here, and I'm going to have to go into my bin. I do have a couple of these reels sitting around in various stages of completeness. Maybe I've got the one that has that little flip feature. When you flip it down, you can see where the piece is broken, and well, maybe it has it. And if it does, I'd like to get this one fishing again because these are nice reels to take with you. Well, I have a Daiwa 30H, and these Daiwas, I love these. I love the bigger brother, the 50H, but boy, isn't this a nice one as well. Just a little bit smaller format. This one's definitely going to be a why does the fishing reel fail kind of category, because this one is totally locked up. You can't move this for anything, and that's unusual. These things have a very strong mechanical set inside of it, and well, if I was to guess, the only thing I would guess is that something has gone on in the free spool release that usually tells me that the pinion gear, and you can see the handle moves when I move the reel, but no other way. My guess is that the pinion gear is frozen onto the spool shaft. I've done a video on that, interestingly enough. You fix that using heat to separate the two because the metals on the pinion gear are a different composition than the metal on the spool shaft, and heat will separate those, and you can bring these back to life. This one definitely will be a target of a video that we will do. Here's one. These are always popular. This is an Ocean City. In this case, it's the it looks like the 981. It's got a grind. But remember what I said before. I got a basket full of various stages of pieces and parts, Ocean City reels. This one and these do not share the same mechanics. These are bigger. But I have some of these floating around as well. That's a gear grind that I'm hearing in here. And it sounds like it might just be a main gear. Well, it also seems like it needs a anti-reverse, and maybe that's it. Maybe somebody had it apart, didn't know how to put the anti-reverse back in, and we've got a dog that's flapping around inside there causing the grind. Either way, this one's going fishing again, I will guarantee you that. And then we have a nice old reel. Sounds like it's off to the races, right? That could be lack of grease. That could be a gear. It could be a bad side plate bearing. This one is the Pfluger Capital. It's got all of its greases leaked out on the side. I don't see the model number here. Sometimes this 1985 maybe. I'd like to get this one running again. Just like this, that format is very desirable. And, you know, sometimes it's just fun to take the old reels fishing. I'm wondering if there's something going on. It's in the side, and I probably have a bearing that will fix that. But we'll do a video on that one as well. And then the last one of the why did I buy these silly reels thing, we have a Shimano Corsair. This one is missing its spool adjuster cap. It's not running right. There's a skip in there. But as I'm doing this, I noticed for the most part, it does run. So I'm not sure if we have a bad pawl if it's a matter with the spool adjuster. Doesn't seem to be. Could be some trap line in there. There's a lot of things that could be. We'll go check them out. One of the things it certainly is, it's got a broken free spool release that sheared off a piece there somehow. Well, they're always popular. Somebody may need parts for it, and at the end of the day, it may just become a parts reel. So that's it. That's what I found for just a couple of dollars a reel, and that's why I bought these junk reels. I hope you've enjoyed that, and stay tuned. You're going to see a lot of these either as why did this reel fail kind of projects. Maybe you'll see me resurrect them and bring them back to life, which I hope to do with that Daiwa 30H and that Pflueger Capital. I'd love to see the inside of this. This is one of the very early bait casters, the Ambassador, and it's also got the mag feature on it. So there's a lot of fun things here when I get a moment or two beyond just doing my customers' reels. And stay tuned to stay watching these, and hopefully we'll show you some things that you can learn from inexpensive reels that have failed. To all of our first responders, essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you do. If you like these kinds of reels and videos, please subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, hit that notification button. And finally, to everybody, please have a great day fishing. Enjoy the hobby of reel repair. Stay safe and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.